All right. Hello, knockouts. Time in the day to do everything that I need to do, but I wanted to do this video, so I made the time for it. And I also have some errands that I got to run in a little while. So I want to jump right into this. We're going to be talking about a letter that I received from a man who described the situation to me, and I thought it was important to make this video because there may be other men who are going through stuff like this, and I wanted to give my point of view on this. So we're going to be reading it. Today is Man Day, and this is an Ask Tonya TKO segment. Here he goes. Subject: Am I wrong? Message: Hello, Tonya. I just want your perspective on my situation. I was in a committed relationship with a woman who was going through a divorce. All right, let's talk about this. I was in a committed relationship with a person going through a divorce. I want you all to do your arbitals. We're not going to really be doing much live interacting today, even though this is a live video, because like I said, I have some errands that I have to go out and run. Like, if you guys want me to get a new camera, I have to go out and run these errands today. All right, so let's go forward. She and her 2 kids live with me and my 4 children. Oh, okay. I'm writing if you can't see because the... All right, let's keep going forward. All right. She and her 2 kids lived with me and my 4 children. In the course, she told me countless times that she did not think she would... Hold on. My thing is popping up. All right. In the course, she told me countless times that she did not think she would be with me very long. She told me that so much that I broke into tears. Let's keep going forward. Countless times. Tears. All right. That I broke into tears. Why did he break into tears? I broke into tears while she was telling me this. But she wouldn't move out. All right, I want you all to do the arbitals with me. All right, she wouldn't move out. I begged her to try, but she insisted that our relationship wouldn't last. Then she assumed that I was cheating on her. Now here comes the blame game. So she assumed he was cheating. All right. Oh, what does that sound like? Who are the people that start coming out arbitrarily talking about you're cheating? I mean, let's talk about it. All right. I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh. I'm nervous right now. Not nervous, but I'm going through some hormonal fluctuations behind the scenes. I'm going through hormonal fluctuations. Let's go. She assumed I was cheating on her with someone and I wasn't. A couple of years later, I go out of town on a business trip while she is home with our children. Okay. So he's on the business trip while she is home with their children. Our children. All right. Our could be yours and hers and mine. Okay, let's go forward. Our children. All right. She calls me and tells me she is leaving and my kids will need a sitter. Let's go forward. All right. I'm sorry. I keep stopping. Let's go. All right. She calls me and tells me she is leaving and my kids will need a sitter. I can't leave to go home, so I don't know what to do. Fast forward, she moves into her own place and we still see each other. He's still seeing her. But she still debates whether we should continue. A hurricane comes. Now the hurricane is coming. Okay. A hurricane comes and we are separated geographically. I'm now in Phoenix and she is in Maryland. I'm tired. I told you. I'm a little under the weather right now. I'm sorry. Excuse me. All right. I'm now in Phoenix and she's in Maryland. We tried long distance, but she says she can't trust me. There are so many details, but the point is she displays that she doesn't want to be with me, yet she still tells me that I don't want her. What is that? Question mark. And now we aren't together, but I'm still hurt because she hurt me. Oh, all right. So let's talk about it. All right, let's talk about it. Let's, you know what? Let's start talking about it with my book. All right, this is my book of affirmations, self-love. All you got to do is rewrite the affirmations and it reattunes your subconscious mind for self-love, for loving yourself. You know, this book works for men and women as long as you have a mind and you can write out the affirmations right before you go to sleep or right after you wake up. You too can get the amazing benefits that so many people have been getting. This book is available on Amazon as well as on my website. On my website, it is autographed. It takes a little bit longer to come to. And on Amazon, it is shipped out prime. I took some notes. Let's go through this piece by piece. Thank you, Pinky, putting the book link in the comments. The link for the book and other things to help you help yourself is in the description of the video. Just click see more. He starts out by saying, I was in a committed relationship with a woman going through a divorce. So, you know what I wanted to do? If I had enough time, I would have liked to have rewritten this letter. Because this letter needs to be rewritten. And for anybody out there who is going through a situation, remove all of what somebody else is doing to you and just use I statements. I. Because if you really look at what's going on here, he was in a relationship with a woman. He was in a quote unquote committed relationship with a woman who's committed to someone else or legally committed to someone else. She's going through a divorce. So there's a lot of different things going on here. He has children. He has 4 children that living with him. I don't know if all of these children have the same mother. But I think that, number one, oh, the person next to me has little children. This boy looks about 3. And she has another one that's like, looks like about 11 months old, just start walking. Nonetheless, because you all asked me whether or not young people RV too. Yes, they do. All right. The reason why I'm doing this video is because I don't think men really get the message enough to really love yourself and know your worth, right? The vast majority of people who come out talking, they come out and they talk to the women about knowing your worth, what to put up with, what not to put up with inside of relationship. For this man right here, you know, I would request that you inquire into your background. We were talking about this on my Facebook page the other day, what happens to boys who are raised without fathers and how many of them don't go through the phase of being able to separate from mom, because at the stage of development that a boy begins to realize that there are differences between him and mama, because first of all, there's no child that knows the difference between themselves and mother. They think that they are a part of the mother, and this is why a lot of mothers get caught up in this life of servitude where they're serving the children, because the children don't understand that this is a complete separate human being than I am. However, there comes a stage in boy and girl development where the boy needs to break away from mama and realize I am different than mom and I am a boy, and he starts getting socialized by the father. We talked about that, and then there were some people who were really arguing with me on that post. On Facebook, it's just full of pure arguments. And the people were talking about how, oh, but nobody ever talks about what happens to a girl who, there needs to be more research done, and I'm going to work on getting you all some more answers. But the mother is the one who teaches us how to be affectionate, how to receive affection, how to give affection, healthy ways of being able to internalize affection, healthy ways of being able to receive it. When you find yourself feeling cold towards other people, look into the relationship with your mother. Look into the background that you have with how much you were nurtured as a child. When you're in situations like this, also, when you find yourself constantly over and over and over again getting into dysfunctional relationships, please take a look at your background in the relationship that you have with your parents, because somewhere along the lines, you many of us begin to act out these these real life dramas in our lives. They're done for the sake of healing. So when I see this, when I see a post like this man, and listen, you all continue to talk with each other in the comments. I'm just going to be giving my feedback. This video is not going to be edited. I'm just uploading it as is, right? When you find yourself constantly getting into relationships like this, you need to, not like this, any type of relationships where you find a pattern over and over again, realize that there's something going on inside of you where you are acting this stuff out, where you meet a person and you ever wondered why is it that you feel such tremendous attraction towards some people and not others, right? A great portion of what we find attractive in another person is something that feels familiar. I would ask this man to look into his background to see the relationship that he had with his mother. Because apparently, out of all of the women that exist out there in the world, because it's like women, we hear stuff like this and we're like, oh, I wish if only I could find a guy like that who would be faithful to me and cry when I tell him that I don't, that I'm unsure, and be all about me and really fight to have a family. He doesn't want a woman like you. What he wants is he wants to heal the relationship that he has with his mother, most likely mother in this case, because he's acting this situation out over and over again. How did he get left with 4 children? Ask yourself that question. How many women went over there and deposited babies into his lap, where now he's the full-time caretaker and single father, moving women into his home who are like, look, I'm telling you countless times I don't want to be with you. This is why I don't believe in chasing in relationship for men or women. And it's like men have to know their worth. They have to know, I am worth having a woman who will be interested in me and be able to open up her mouth and tell me, she needs to, that she'll be able to open up her mouth and tell me that she loves me, that she wants to be with me. If I were to imagine, and listen, sir, you can correct me if I'm wrong. If I were to imagine, this is probably a boy who came from a household with a very aloof mother, where the mother kept pushing him away. Oh, get away from me, get away from me. I don't get you. Get away. Right? Go to your room. Shut up. What's wrong with you? Go. Right? And every mother out there is not a nurturing mother. And so he is trying to heal this relationship with his mother. So when he meets a woman who's like, I don't know if I get away. He's like, oh my God, he feels invigorated. He starts fibrillating on the inside. Oh my God, this is my chance to prove that I'm worthy, to prove that I'm wantable, to prove that someone will want me. And so he's like, this woman reminds me of a feeling, a nostalgic feeling from my childhood. Look, the subconscious mind does not know right from wrong, good or bad. The subconscious mind only knows what it's programmed to. I am a certified clinical hypnotherapist. This is why I wrote this book, for you to be able to just rewrite your subconscious mind into a healthy, functioning, happy, fulfilling life. Loving yourself, knowing your worth, setting boundaries, loving your body, loving the way that you look, respecting your ancestors, respecting yourself, attracting love, and written in just the way that you need to rewrite your subconscious programming. So all of us have been programmed. Whenever you find yourself in a tremendous lust, that's subconscious programming right there. Because if you were knocked upside your head and you had amnesia, the things that you lusted for before would be very different. Just like our handwriting tells the story of what's going on inside of us. Whether you loop your Y's or do stab straight down or cross your T's or do or don't connect your loops. If you were knocked upside your head and had amnesia, your handwriting would change. Try it and see. No, don't try amnesia. Don't try knocking yourself upside the head. What I'm saying is change hands right with your non-dominant hand, and you will see that there is an internal driving force inside of you that will attempt to mimic the same handwriting as your dominant hand. This is another way that you can also dig into your subconscious mind, asking yourself a question with your dominant hand and then writing the answer out with your non-dominant hand and just allowing it to flow. But when you really concentrate on it, internal driving forces will drive you to mimic whatever is creating who it is that you are. Concentrating on it into becoming who it is that you are. You will start writing in the same way, looping in the same way, crossing and dotting in the same ways that you would have done with your dominant hand. So we go into these relationships over and over and over again, repeating these subconscious patterns, finding out something that was not healed from our childhood. So here we have this man. She told him countless times. The man is busting out into tears. Sir, what does that remind you of? When was the first time in your life that you burst out into tears wanting to get a woman to stay? This is what I'm saying. Did this start with your mother? Did this start with your father? Were you the child that was left on the front porch wanting daddy to come around and not being able to get dad to stay? So you have to look into your background and start doing the things that you need to do to get yourself to heal. But when we get to the last sentence, right? Here he goes. I'm still hurt because she hurt me. No, sir. You hurt yourself. You self-abused through this relationship. She was a pawn in your subconscious drama that you were acting out in real life. There are plenty of women out there who would want to love you and be with you and give of herself to you. But why is it that you're not choosing any of those women? To me, it's pretty obvious. To you, it's probably not that obvious because you're still finishing off the letter talking about how she hurt you. You said you were in a committed relationship with a woman who was going through a divorce. You got with an unavailable woman who hasn't gone through the process of healing herself. You moved this woman into your house with your children. Children who are so young that they need a babysitter when this woman leaves. So this woman now is accusing you of cheating. So you're constantly jumping through these hoops of having to try to prove yourself. I want to prove myself. I have to show that I'm worthy. I have to show this. I have to show that. Constantly preach. This woman left your children. And you, through example, are now creating the subconscious drama in your children's lives, where now your children are now seeing, oh, a woman abandons me, I continue to keep her in my life. A woman leaves me and puts me in jeopardy. She put your children in jeopardy, son. She put your children in jeopardy. She left. What type of human being leaves children with no one to watch them? Who does that? You know who did that? The person that you invited into your house, whom you still continue to communicate with and play this victim role in this relationship with. She didn't want to move out. No, sir. You didn't do the things that you needed to do to put her out, to get her to leave. Instead, you were down on your knees, busting out into tears, begging her to stay. Begging a woman told you countless times that she did not want to be there, that she didn't want to be with you, that she didn't value you. And then I'm sure that this woman has a history of cheating, and I'm pretty sure and positive that she was cheating on you, because this is how a person emotionally abuses you when they're the ones who's cheating. They start turning it around onto you. Oh, you're cheating. I can't trust you. Well, while the fingers are pointing at you, who pointing at her? No one's looking at what it is that she's doing as a distraction technique. She's distracting you from looking at what she's doing. When she left, where did she go? Where did she have to be so hot in the pants to go that she would leave your children unsupervised while you were on a business trip? And then the wildest part about it is that we have to ask, you're the guardian of these children. You left these children in the care of a woman who shows poor judgment. And then not only that, when you came back into town, what did you try to work it out some more with this woman? And it's like most of the advice that these gurus are giving out here, they're giving to women. But I implore you, men, you've got to talk to your brothers. You've got to talk to other men about setting boundaries, knowing what a healthy relationship looks like, going and getting therapy. Sir, you need therapy. Like a life coach will help you accomplish your goals. A life coach, uh, okay, so a therapist will help you unpack your suitcase from the past. See, a life coach will help you pack up your suitcase to go get to a certain point. So a therapist unpacks the suitcase. The life coach assists you with knowing what to pack and planning your trip. So, sir, you need therapy. You need to go back into your past and heal some of these things that are going on inside of you that makes you feel that this is acceptable. So much so that a damn hurricane had to come into freaking town to sweep this woman away in order for you to be in different spaces. A hurricane, listen, you did not make the conscious, conscientious choice of loving yourself and releasing this relationship. Instead, a damn act of God and nature had to come and sweep her away to another town. And even so, you're still talking about making a long distance relationship work with a woman who left your children unsupervised while you were out trying to earn money. How many of you out there want to bet that this woman wasn't paying bills? How many of you want to bet that she wasn't contributing to the household, that you were going out there working to be able to keep a roof over all of your heads? And you see, this is how so many of us get led down the path of being like, oh, I'm not gonna take care of a woman. No, you have to find the right woman to take care of. A woman is like it's like a driver. A woman will change you. But what is the caliber of the woman that you're getting with? Is she changing you for the better? Is this someone who has a vested interest in the improvement of your life? She left your children alone while you were out there trying to earn money for you all to be able to stay. And it's like you found that this was a feasible and acceptable relationship because of what it is that you feel on the inside about yourself. That you don't feel that you deserve a woman who will step up and be like, I'm going to be one man in this relationship and I'm going to step up to the plate of woman. Which means that she wasn't really very motherly to begin with. You're talking about our children. She left your children. I'm sure when she left, she took hers too. Because I didn't hear you talk about CPS and how she left her children and you had to file for custody of some other woman's children or they foster care and all this other stuff. And you say a whole bunch of other stuff happened. I can only imagine what other types of abuse you put yourself through in this relationship. You know, it's like, men, you really have to choose good women. It's like there's so many of us out here, so many men out there. And look, I get it, I understand. Women are soft and fatty, and you feel like a woman can do no wrong, especially when she's pacifying you with that pum pum between her legs. And this is why the Bible is written the way that it is, with so many passages against women, with so many be wary of women anecdotes. Because women are very powerful beings, because women are masters of being able to drive the actions of other people. Like a man will use brute force to get what it is that he wants. He will pummel and he will pound. But a woman will use that man to get what it is that it's in woman nature. I asked this question years ago: who's more powerful? Who can lift more, a man or a woman? Most of the men who came out were like, oh, a man can lift more, he's stronger, this, that, and the other. But I say a woman can, because a woman will employ the bodies of many men to live for her, or employ the body of that man to live for, that one man to live for her, plus her strength. So who is stronger? A woman. Who can lift more? A woman. Because she knows how to use her powers of persuasion. I remember I was watching this I was watching this show on Netflix. What was it? I was watching Orange is the New Black. They went and they showcased, the immigration issue that we're having in this country. And the immigration officers were taking this man into custody, and they grabbed his woman and slammed his woman's face down on this desk. And I said to myself, that is a very dangerous position for anybody to put themselves in front of a man to hurt a woman that he loves, because that man will give up his life to protect that woman. It's like women are women are orchestrators of trans issue, and all of these women were coming out trying to coerce me into having their point of view. I told them to go take their pussies on, to go take their pussy to some man platform, because they cannot do that over here to me. I'm telling you, because women are not as physically strong as men, women are masters of being able to use words to coerce. However, in this situation, what did she even have to do to coerce you? All she had to do was play the pattern that you have going on inside of you. Play the pattern that you are susceptible to. And sir, son, I hope that you go out there and you get the assistance that you need as a man to be able to heal those things from the past. Because even though you look, and we don't know what happened to the mother or mothers of the 4 children. But I can imagine that if this is your pattern, that you've been with women before in the past who have deposited their children over into your lap and have taken off, have gone. Or maybe she passed away, and that's another way in which you fight desperately to hold on to a woman because you don't want her to leave you. But whatever the case is, you are a single father. So see, this is the thing. This is the thing. He says he didn't know what to do. So that means that the mothers of these children are nowhere around, because it's not like he's like, oh, I had to call my ex-wife and tell my ex to come and get. No, you're like, I didn't know what to do. My children are left alone, and there's no other parent. There's no anybody else who is there for you. So that you're extending yourself out here for these people, for these women, and then teaching this to your children as well. So listen, somebody talk about Helen of Troy. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. And so this is why, as men, you really have to choose wisely. You have to choose wisely. You have to, because some of us are going out there getting with, who is it that eats their young? Getting with whatever type of animal it is out there that eats their young. Some of them getting with women like praying mantises who, after they mate with you, chop your head off, or black widows who stab you up, or whoever goes out there and eats their young. You're getting with some of these women out there who don't have maternal instincts, who don't have the ability to really care for you. And it's like you're just continuing the pattern over and over again, because these little girls are looking at how this woman navigates. Because when children form who it is and how it is that they're going to love, they look at who loves mama. Because mother is the center for affection. Remember, we're talking about this in the beginning of the video. How do people love mama? How does mama respond to that love? So you brought this maternal figure into the home, where the little girls inside of your home will see, oh, this is how you get love. You push a man away. And the little boys will see, oh, this is how you get love. You continue to push forward, trying to earn and be worthy of it. So I implore you, listen, all of the people out there who are in dysfunctional relationships, I implore you to please go and get the assistance that you need psychologically to be able to rewrite your, well, you know what? A hypnotherapist will assist you in rewriting your programming. A psychologist will assist you in being able to see the program. So here, get my book. My book will assist you in being able to rewrite your subconscious programming for self-love. Sir, I'm going to send this video to you. I would love, oh, I got tissue on me. I would love for you to answer some of the questions that I didn't know. How old are these children? Where did their mother go? What are the genders of these children? Have you gotten psychological help and assistance to be able to navigate through the rest of your life? So listen, we have been talking for half an hour. I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to read many of your comments. I really just wanted to create this video. I wanted to record this video and then upload it, but I decided to just go live. That way it could just be uploaded automatically instead of having to go through the editing process and getting my graphics and all of that. I just uploaded it. So listen, make sure that you subscribe to my channel here on YouTube. Come over to Facebook, subscribe to my channel there on Facebook. Come to Twitter, Instagram, and stay in touch with me. Leave your comments below. Come over to my website and get a copy of your free Relax MP3. The code is on the banner of the page. You get a copy in exchange for joining my mailing list. And I will see you all in the next video. Like I said, I have to go run my errands right now. And sir, please follow up, and I'll write the follow up inside of the comments. All right. So you can go ahead and you can send me your issues. Most of the issues I post them on my Facebook page. Every once in a while, like today, I'll make a video if the situation I feel merits it. All right. So Tonya TKO, and I'm out. I will come back through. I will come back through later and read the comments that you all have written. All right, and I will see you all later. Tonya TKO, and I'm out. Peace. Go out there and love one another, but most importantly, what? Love yourself. And part of loving yourself is knowing what it is that you deserve. And if you see that there's something that you know that you don't deserve, what is it that you're going to do to rewrite your programming so that you know what it is that you do deserve and stand for nothing less than that? Because if you know that you're going to put yourself in a position to give up your life for a woman that you love, be sure that you're choosing a woman who is worthy of such a sacrifice, who would not carelessly and casually ask of your life. You know what I mean? That's deep. All right, Tonya TKO. Peace.